here we go, Tuesday morning, good to see you. An amazing show is the only word for it today, including the former heavyweight boxer who's taken the opera world by storm. Well, hopefully we'll be going the distance with former boxer turned opera singer Gari Glaysher, 12-15. Our last guest this morning was born on a North London council estate into a working class family. Gari Glaysher's childhood was a far cry from the Royal Opera House, where he now performs.
Gari is hoping to take the opera world by storm this summer. Welcome, Gari. What a story. One of 6 children to a single mum, growing up in North London. This is the great thing of how music came into your life, because the house burnt down and all the children were put out to other families before the house came back together again.
Yeah.
And the family you were put with had music playing.
Well, they had me crying and screaming for days first because I missed my mum. But it was the El Jolson story came on, and that's the only thing that shut me up. So after that...
How old were you then?
8,
Really?
something like that. Hard to recollect, but it was about 8. And I think the guy went, God, he stopped crying. Let's find something else. And the next thing was Mario Lanza albums came out, and he played that. And it was.
But that was unusual for an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old.
It just hit me. It really just hit me.
That was your thing.
And I remember the first thing I learned to play on the piano was Santa Lucia.
Wow.
And then there was that connection of hearing Mario Lanza sing that, and so yeah.
And then school was difficult for you. You were bullied a bit, which made you very, very strong, and you wanted to be a fighter, and you boxed for a long time, and taekwondo, but you realised that that was not where your heart lay.
I knew it wasn't, yeah.
So when did you find your voice as an adult and find that you could
I was playing in a band. I was a lead guitarist in a band, and we were singing, we were playing every night. And we lost our singer, and rather than auditioning a new singer, I took over the singing. I quickly wanted to find a voice coach, because singing every night, or virtually every night, was a bit of a strain. So I found a vocal coach who just said, you know, you've got a natural tenor voice in there, you ought to use it. And I said I loved opera, I love classical music, but I would never have thought, even then, of singing it. So,
well, what's that particular tenor voice you've got? Sounds like a trumpet or something.
I'm a spinto tenor.
Spinto.
I guess they say it's that trumpet sound, but it's that squillo on the voice that makes it. It's something that borders from light lyric tenor to dramatic tenor.
How good were you as a boxer? I mean, could you have been a contender?
No.
No.
You know,
but Pavarocchi's got a ring to it.
It has got a ring to it, Eamon. That's probably why they used it. I was in Florence with my fiancée when that came out, and all my friends were going, Gary, I don't know how you're going to take this, and they've given it the name Pavarocchi, because it certainly wasn't me, and it certainly wasn't my manager. But the fact that everybody said that story was so touching and so inspirational, but it was the headline that caught them. People that I don't know. I've had some wonderful emails.
Let me ask you this. Have you joined the opera world, or have you brought the opera world into the world where you were from? I mean, have you been able to bring the lads you grew up with, or your family and friends, into this new world? We're talking about you performing at the Royal Opera House, for instance. Do the people you grew up with and you knew when you were young, do they come along to this?
I've got a massive amount of my friends come and support me. You know, I've got one friend, Tony, he's like my brother. I love him to pieces. We're best friends for 20-odd years. His support for me and the people like Tony that have come along, so like doing West Side Story was a fantastic introduction to some of them, because they'd come and see that. Well, after that, they came and see me in Carmen, Traviata.
Well, we'd like to hear you sing somewhere from West Side Story. Here is Gari Glaysher singing somewhere. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Somewhere a place for us, peace and quiet and open air, wait for us somewhere. There's a time for us someday a time for us, time together with time to spend, time to look, time to care. Someday, somewhere, we'll find a new way of living. We'll find a way of forgiving. Somewhere. There's a place for us, a time and place for us. Hold my hand and we're halfway there. Hold my hand and I'll take